everyone. Today we are going to be shifting gears a little bit and talking about measurement, or I guess reviewing measurement because we talked a lot about it at the beginning of the year. But now that we are towards the end of the year, it's really important to review some of the important things that we've learned so that it sticks in our brain throughout the summer. All right? Let's read our I can statement together. I can connect measurement with physical units by using an inch tile to measure. All right, so we're going to start off with an application problem. Frances is moving the furniture in her bedroom. She wants to move the bookcase to the space between her bed and the wall, but she is not sure it will fit. What could Frances use as a measurement tool if she doesn't have a ruler? How could she use it? Ugh, I don't remember any of my measurement tools, Miss Dimmick. All right, let's go over them real quick. We've got a ruler. These are what we had in our classroom. We had a bin of rulers. There's a kid in the corner of your screen that's holding up a ruler. You may notice that on one side of the ruler we have something called centimeters. And a centimeter is like the width of your pinky, so really, really tiny. On the other side of the ruler, we have something called inches. Now, an inch is bigger than a centimeter. It's about the size of a paper clip. Our next measuring tool is a meter stick. These boys in the corner are showing you exactly what not to do with a meter stick, but I thought it was a good picture showing how big they actually were. So a meter stick is almost like 3 rulers put together. All right, they're pretty big. And we've got a yardstick. This man is holding a yardstick. Now you might be wondering, oh, what is the difference between a meter stick and a yardstick? They look the same. Well, you're right. They do look very similar. A meter stick is a little bit longer than a yardstick, and a meter stick is measured in millimeters, whereas a yardstick is measured in inches. So a meter stick will have millimeters or centimeters on it. A yardstick will only have inches. And last but not least, we've got a measuring tape. Now, a measuring tape is what you'll find that most people use to measure things. And the reason for this is because when it's all closed up, it's very easy to carry. You can easily fit it, maybe in your back pocket or in a bag that you're carrying. Unlike one of these guys, you can't really fit that in your pocket. So that's one reason. It's easy to carry with you. And another reason is because it's very flexible. So it's made of like a little thin piece of metal, this one is, and you can measure long lengths and have it be flexible. So if you needed to, if you needed to like measure up to a certain part of your room, you could stretch it out until you wanted to stop measuring and then see how many inches or centimeters you've measured that space for. It could also be used to measure like the distance around something. So if you really wanted to, you could find a measuring tape or like a measuring fabric tape, and you can measure around a ball or something circular, something like that. You cannot do that with other measuring tools. So measuring tapes are flexible. Okay, now that we've reviewed all of our measuring tools, let's look back at our application problem again. Frances is moving furniture in her bedroom. She wants to move the bookcase to the space between her bed and the wall, but she is not sure it will fit. What could Frances use as a measurement tool if she doesn't have a ruler? How could she use it? Any ideas? If you were thinking measurement tape, I would agree with you. And the reason I would say a measuring tape is because it's flexible. It allows us to measure smaller spaces and bigger spaces. And as we could see here, these two people were measuring a room. It's very easy to do that with a measuring tape. Not as easy to do with a yardstick or a meter stick. Okay. This is something that we used earlier in the year, and it's also something that we add every single day that we are in school. This is called a centimeter cube. Centimeter cube, and it's 1 centimeter in width and in height. There's also our square tiles. You'll see that there's a red centimeter cube on the right-hand side, and there is a blue square tile on the left-hand side. Now, our blue square tiles are exactly 1 inch, and our centimeter cubes are exactly 1 centimeter. Okay, so we're going to be measuring in this lesson with our blue inch tiles, not our centimeter cubes. Okay, so the first thing that we need to make sure we do when we are measuring is put the tile at the very beginning of the line or whatever you're measuring, and then make a little mark exactly where it ends. So we're going to move it over, make another mark, move it over again, and make another mark, and then again. And if you looked at this, you realize that it fits perfectly 4 tiles. What do you think would happen? Oh wait, so I just gave you the answer. What do you notice about the spaces between the hash marks? Well, they're even, right? We were able to fit exactly 4 tiles evenly. What do you think happens when we're not able to do that? Say our line is a little bit longer than 4 inch tiles. What would you do? Well, my suggestion would be, because we haven't learned fractions yet, and that's something you're really going to learn about in 3rd grade, I'm going to suggest that you only measure things in halves. So if you look at this little space, I want you to think to yourself, okay, is this less than half of a 1 inch tile? Is it exactly 1/2 of a 1 inch tile, or is it more than a 1/2 inch of an inch tile? So this definitely looks smaller. So I'm going to just round it down and say that this line is 4 inch tiles long. But this one, you can see there's a lot extra. Definitely half. So I'm going to round up, and I'm going to say, I could say either 4.5 inch tiles, or I could say 5 inch tiles. Either one would work. Okay, so for today, I want you to, you can either print out your problem set or you can complete it on Seesaw. But you are going to be looking at some different story problems and determining what the best tool is to measure whatever they're talking about in that story. And then when you're done with that, you are going to log on to Splash Learn, and you're going to see a couple of measurement activities all set up for you. All right, good luck.